No, I already put out all the invites, so.
Yep, folks should actually be able to...
change my experience for, because I'd completely forgotten I was changing Persistent Hunter.
Yes, if you can't think of anything right away, don't worry. If you can think of something and it comes to you later, then we'll retroactively put it in. It's fine.
I mean,
Inquisitorial attitudes?
I was thinking something to do with, part of me like strength through faith, but then again, that could be the same kind of problem of how do I justify using it, kind of thing.
Well, you know, the good thing about playing Amnesiacs is that things just come back to you, so...
Thank you very much, Webby, for that contribution.
Sniff Sniff would be a great one.
What's your empathy?
Okay.
I would like to use my talent, Sniff Sniff.
Exactly.
Dear
It could
me.
be like so multi-use. It's great.
Can we all take the talent, pet that dog instead then?
Oh my God, yes.
How do we
Isn't
control Peter? I would like to use pet that dog, please, with advantage.
Isn't that just a tag team with Peter?
See, I was going to suggest the old saying, "No, you move," both in reference to the fact of his sort of like firm faith and spiritual stance, and the fact that he keeps on shoving people back.
Well, while you guys decide that, let's move everybody else onto the intro video and then my introduction before we get caught too far into this tangent. Excuse us, folks. One tangent break coming up in 3, 2... See what I did there? That was what we call hypocrisy, because, you know, I get pulled into tangents all the time. But these people don't stop me. I've given them leave to use the tangent klaxon whenever they need to pull me back to the conversation we're supposed to be having.
Wait a minute, we have a klaxon?
You do?
I left it behind at Matt's place when I moved out years ago.
The good news is you can sound it from very far away. There you go. See? The tangent klaxon, otherwise known as Matt, get back to what you were doing, which is why we just sounded it just now.
Where is this? Where is this? Where?
Just Discord
He's
soundboard.
really looking for it.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody. I'm MJ the GM, and I will be your games master for the next couple of hours as we delve through more of Lost Luyarnha. He says with suspicious eyebrows at things that are randomly going on in the background. But nevertheless, with me... It's not nightfall that quickly, I'll have you know. With me are most of my hunters, because I will soon be killing them off one by one.
Hey, I didn't do anything to you!
Meanwhile, let us get back to what you actually came here to see, which is our game board. Look at all these lovely faces. Especially that one down there. That's the one. Yes. Anyways.
I think you'll find it.
Because of you lot. I'm coming back to haunt you all.
Yeah, I think you'll find it's one pretty person and 5 uglies. Sorry, Glitch, you're not in the pretty category.
Are you psycho?
Moving swiftly on. As we try
Glitch is
and...
definitely the Tapestry Appreciation Society at the moment, apparently.
Glitch wishes she had Miss Farrington's design.
Are we going to see a mannequin versus mannequin war
because
over
something
vanity?
So old is an antique.
Mannequin versus mannequin slap fight. They'll keep on going till one of them feels it.
Look, if you want to be an antique, that's fine. But I like.
I shouldn't have pointed them in the direction of the soundboard, really, should I? I shouldn't have
I tried the
there.
tangent alarm. It's not working.
Right, so you'll excuse me if those of you who are actually watching the stream see my eye twitch more and more regularly as this goes on, but we will try our best and stay as professional as we possibly can be, which is probably to say not very professional at all, but hey, we can hope. Exactly.
Who the heck
So-
are you expecting to be that professional? I really hope it's not us.
Nevertheless, let us move to where we were. So, if folks will cast their minds back, they should remember that they had just managed to make it to a place called the Radiant Cathedral, because they were looking for a hunter originally, who might remember who these guys were before they lost their memories. So far, though, Mr. Deep Reaver has... excuse me. Mr. Deep Reaver has failed to actually recall who they are precisely, but it's there on the tip of his tongue, he swears. But either way, Borask Deep Reaver has, the injured hunter, has requested that these guys take up the mission he last had, which was essentially to investigate why so many Scourge beasts or Scourge infections seem to be going on in or around the middle of the Ruby district. And so these guys found their way here to the Radiant Cathedral, which was a place that Boras Deep Reaver had sent them in order to stock up on some much needed supplies, mainly the holy tonic that these guys are handing out to everyone who comes to queue to get some. Now, it seems for the most part that we have clerics of the Radiant Church who are handing out these bottles of a slightly sparkly white liquid that they claim can turn back the infection of the Scourge for those who haven't already fallen to it. The man responsible for this, I'm going to take away the pause game, but nobody move yet because you are in the positions you were in last time before you engaged in what you were going to do next. So Peter and Galar were busy talking to Vicar Inonda, who introduced himself, saying that he's the guy who's mainly in charge of the cathedral, but also of the efforts to create this cure. So, let me quick move to the ambience. So, yes, Vicar Inonda and his assistant, this person with pink hair and glasses, are currently talking to Peter and Galar. Meanwhile, Khalad and Glitch were towards the back of the queue, along with the person who worked for the nobleman, or works for the nobleman who hired you in the first place to do this, Lord Rayvolt's man, Madon Gillette. Or Gillet. Gillet?
Isn't he currently hiding from...
Well, yes, he had a bit of an altercation, a one-sided altercation with Miss Featherington, who, threatened to stab him. But then,
he's currently hiding from her.
Yeah, hiding in the light, no less. But the person that isn't hiding in the light currently, besides Miss Featherington, is Tapestry, who's holding out in the shadows to see if he can spy a moment to get into the church itself, or to try and get something, anything that could be potentially pinned truthfully or otherwise on the Radiant Church, just like Lord Tomathin Rayvolt's contract with yourselves specified. So, unless I've missed something, or somebody needs a reminder of, any questions, fire them off now so we can get started.
No.
Groovy. So, Vicar Inonda had claimed that they were having success with staving off the Scourge for those who had come down with it. Apparently those who had been so afflicted and had received the holy tonic were currently placed inside of this hospice building, which at least one of you, Glitch, wanted to have a look. So are the rest following suit?
Peter will.
Sure.
I think Favors probably will.
Okay, cool. Khalad, is Khalad accompanying?
Yep, because it gets me away from all these church people, and they're looking at me kind of creepily. And
they
weird,
are. They're not looking at you
very much.
creepily, but the people closest to Khalad in the queue are giving him, second glances,
Khalad
third
thinks
glances.
they're creepy because they're going,
gotcha.
look, there's an angel, look! Like, no, go away.
Leave me alone.
So,
I'm just here
Vicar
for the
Inonda leans into his acolyte, who nods and proceeds off further into the crowd before going away, at which point Vicar Inonda goes, well then, shall we? And indicates towards the hospice. and starts moving in that
She's
direction.
not going to go into the hospice.
I thought
He's
as
going,
much.
Yeah. In fact, he might shadow step after that acolyte that went in to see if he can sneak after them, and the acolyte will lead him to anything useful.
Okay.
Shadow
Don't-
stepping will also make him automatically cloaked.
Sure.
In order to help him with that.
Don't let me forget this, because I'm about to do the big scene now with everyone going into the hospice. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be... This is going to be a lot going on. I say there's a lot. There's going to be stuff going on in the hospice, and due to the way my brain works, I might forget.
Okay.
So
I'll
at some
remind you when we
point,
come out to the hospice.
when the hospice stuff is wrapping up,
Yeah.
that will probably be when I will want to come back to you.
Yep. No problem. I'll remind you when the
So
hospice stuff moves out.
remind me. So let
Okay,
me
okay.
cluster everybody, including Miss Featherington, because I need to bring everybody in. Let me just do one quick spot check that I've got who I want. Yes, I do. Okay, so we don't need to bring Vicar in as well. I just need copies of your tokens. And Madden. Madden doesn't seem like he wants to go in initially, but then Miss Featherington seems to be positioning herself at the rear of the group no matter where he goes, and so Madden insinuates himself closer to the group in order to keep somebody between him and Miss Featherington.
Gee, I
So-
wonder why.
Let me at first copy your tokens to the required place. Oh, good, they clustered. Nice, nice, good, good. Let me just move you over there because you guys front. Let's have you more like this. Okay. The hospice. So, the hospice, pretty much as you expect. As you come through the doors initially, I take it you can all see this?
I want to say yes, but there's currently a cat tail in the way, so I'm just going to say yes and call it good.
Okay, fine. I suppose my
I
question
can't, so
should
I
have
think
been...
that suits it because I'm not actually there.
Quite. But can you see what's going on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Gareth?
Yep.
I said I can't because Tapestry's icon's not there, but
Okay.
given that I'm not there, I don't really need to see it.
All right, fair enough. If you think that you just want to see what kind of thing's going on, then let me know. I can just copy your token in and you can just
Yeah,
watch from the background. But
that's cool.
if
I shall
descriptions
rely
are
on the
fair
other
enough.
guys to tell me later.
Okay, fine. So, obviously the first room you guys come into is a semi-reception area where you have got a pair of priests with what looks like a census book. But they obviously immediately stand up the moment Vicar Inonda precedes you. At which point he nods to them. They seem to understand as you guys march in. Obviously, the most heavily armed and armored, and imposing of you is the first one through the door, which is Peter. At which point, for the moment, they look kind of worried, but Vicar Inonda placates them with a gesture. In which case, he pulls open the curtain door and proceeds inside, asking you guys to come with. So, proceed in as ye will. Meanwhile, let me get...
And yes, Glitch is humming. Ooh.
So the first thing you see, obviously, is that this is some kind of building that was possibly used to store things, probably a warehouse of some kind that's been repurposed into a hospice. A lot of beds. Contrary to what you may see, the beds are supposed to be a lot more populated than what I have given, but this should at least give you something of an idea as to the nature of things. There are a fair amount of people here, most of whom are abed. have obviously got coughs and fevers. Some of them are unconscious, and yet they're muttering or tossing and turning a little bit. But there are no shortage of priests who are doing rounds, checking all of them. The priests themselves are wearing white gloves and white masks about their faces. Vicar Inonda, however, strides in without any such protection and just casts about. Here you can see we have many such poor afflicted souls, but they are all fortunate insofar as that either they managed to make the journey themselves, or their friends or relatives or neighbours managed to carry them successfully here to the cathedral so that we could help these unfortunates. And I am happy to say that every single one of them has been administered with the holy tonic, and as you can see, they are fighting through the fever. But each one of them, as is the spirit of all Luyarnhans, are strong. Now, he moves over to a specific bed. This one over yonder. And he shows you a young girl.
Hello?
I'm going to say, contrary to what she looks like there, she's actually a halfling. So she's a bit smaller than the character depicting her at the moment. But this one, Vicar Inonda points out, this one was the latest to be brought in. As you can see, she is feverish and beset by visions, as many who claim to come under the influence of the Scourge tend to report. But she has had the holy tonic administered to her, and she is now recovering nicely. So, rest assured that we are doing everything we can. Now, Arcane Sense. I'm going to say yes, Miss Featherington does get a tingle that suggests that magic is around. If you get a particularly... Miss Featherington gets a particularly strong tingle of that as a priest passes, but you notice that the priest is carrying in his hand a full vial of the holy tonic, and is moving along with a clipboard that he seems to be going towards a patient in order to administer a dose. As soon as he passes further by, the tingle recedes a little bit, so that would suggest through a process of whatever. Slowly scans the room, watching where the tonic comes from and goes to. Currently, it seems that the tonic is being handed out by these folks over here who have vials that are currently put in lines on this desk. Empty vials are kept within a crate, and there appear to be other crates with live samples, you might say, of the tonic underneath. Shuffled underneath these benches and tables that they have. So these two guys over here, these two clerics, appear to be working diligently at cataloguing how many doses they have administered, how many they've got left, and how many empty vials need to go back for refilling.
In true Glitch style, she's about to unload a bunch of questions.
Okay, sure.
Because she's also trying to keep his attention as people do funky stuff around the room.
So keep the vicar's attention.
Yep, she's trying to keep the vicar's attention. So she's going to stand this way, so he has to look this way.
Okay.
When he talks to her. So, are there any side effects? How long does it take to go from administering to looking better? How long has she been here since you gave her the dose, and what's in it? Like, that's the most important part. Like, what makes up this tonic, and how can we get it round to everybody? Because this is a miracle right here.
I'm so glad you used that word, because it is a miracle. It was a miracle visited upon us by the Radiant One himself, I am sure. As for how long it takes, well, our clerics here are busy administering the dosage, so I am sure. Alessandro, he beckons to this cleric. Here, come. Show me. And, miss, sorry, what was your name again, my dear?
Glitch. Miss Glitch.
Very well, Miss Glitch. How long, on average, have we seen an improvement since an infected patient was administered here? Now, whilst all this tech talk is going on, this medical speak is going on, is somebody else using the excuse of the vicar being otherwise preoccupied to do something?
Technically, he's trying to like nonchalantly listening because he's in like full garb and everything, helmet down and everything. So at the mention of miracle, he like cocks his eyebrow. Obviously, with the helmet, he isn't seen, but he's now listening in. He's trying to read in, sort of like, is the best way to do like a sense motive because he wants to see is he coming across as like a charlatan. Or, it's just the wording of it. It's the whole like, okay, either you've drank the Kool-Aid or you're lying to me. That's what he's sort of getting. So he wants like just listening as he's going through this, or he's just looking at for signs, like hints or twitches, anything that could show that either if he's genuinely believes it, or if he's lying and just selling something that he knows isn't true.
Okay.
Basically, he's doing a sense motive.
Sure.
To.
So, Peter being Peter, yeah. Which is interesting, considering
faith is important. So it's like the mention of miracle. It's like that's not to be thrown around lightly by a priest.
Well, sure, but Peter I tend to regard as one of the more pious of this group. So I would imagine he feels more comfortable being around with the priestly type. Therefore, sure, if something does alert him, then maybe in Peter's mind it sounds like a great deal of hubris to declare that this is a miracle sent by God, essentially. But considering who this guy appears to be, he's obviously a man of station within the church. So, as far as Peter can tell, this guy definitely seems to be on a level. So this suggests to Peter that, let's face it, a guy like this is going to be one or two things. He's possibly, because he's the senior cleric, taking ownership of something that was somebody else's or a combination of other people's work, and is therefore suggesting that, through him this was all possible. So he's been very careful to not word it that way, but you wouldn't be surprised if that later on turns out to be the case. This guy claims that through his leadership maybe all this was possible. That kind of bureaucratic nonsense. Either that, or this guy actually is on a level and does genuinely believe that this is a miracle sent down from God, in which case that would mark him down as probably a fundamentalist, someone with very, very big views of everything the church does is a sign from the Radiant One, essentially. So this must be a miracle, therefore we have been chosen, a kind of job. So yeah, this guy's a very good speaker, that much is obvious. So he's obviously gotten where he is because he is he's charismatic and a good speaker. Which probably suggests that he might very well be claiming ownership of somebody else's work. But nevertheless.
He's just too good a speaker.
But Glitch and Peter, in that regard, then, since you did bring it up, is that what you notice is that the priest with the clipboard and the samples, who was asked to answer your question, doesn't say what it's made of.
Oh, Glitch
This
is
would
gonna press
suggest. This would suggest that this cleric doesn't know. Miss Featherington, at some point, will acquire one of the used vials by slowly moving to the return bin over the course of several minutes. Okay, fine. Okay.
Howard, while this is going on, is going to look at your patient they pointed out to see what looks odd.
Okay, good. Miss Featherington, take a hope and an empty glass vial. Callad. Now, let me see.
Knowledge roll?
Give me
Look
a
at a
moment.
wounded person, see if anything looks horribly out of place with how they're fighting it and what's going on.
She's drenched in sweat, and she's gripping the bed sheets in a white-knuckled fist. You can try probably insight, please. Instinct, not insight, instinct.
Okay.
Just to see what you're in with.
Because I don't want to know.
Okay.
I'm going to believe whatever you tell me.
Okay, so Callad starts to drift closer, has a look at this girl, and it seems that she's mouthing something. You can't quite hear what it is because of the ambient noise going on of other people, of jars clattering and talking going on not very far away, and she's whispering these words. But from what you can see of the way her mouth is moving, it's the same phrase over and over and over again. But just before you can manage to lean in and have a listen, Vicar Inonda suddenly appears at your side and going, "My son, how can we be of assistance?"
I was just looking at how your current patient is affected.
Yes.
How many people are you getting in here a day, did you say?
Well, she was the last one to be brought in so far, I would say. Actually, let me get here. Giuliano. And beckons one priest over. When was this poor soul admitted? At which point this fella checks the records and goes, about 1 hour ago, Your Holiness. Very good. Have there been any other admissions since? No, Your Holiness, although, to be honest, we are giving that more due to the night and the moon, and the lateness of the hour making it rather more dangerous to proceed towards the safety of the cathedral than anything else at this moment. Very good, very good. You may go back to your duties, my son.
How long does this treatment usually take, and have you managed to discharge any back to the general population, or is it a bit of a longer treatment?
Well, so far we have been beginning this miracle cure run of ours within the last couple of days, in fact. I would say 3 days at most. The current moon makes it rather difficult for us to get much done, so we sent for those who had courage enough to travel forth into the darkness of this current cursed night in order to get word out that we were administering our holy tonics. These souls that you have seen in here and the ones outside were the ones that have managed to make it thus far. We do not, unfortunately, have the number of hunters or guards that we can send into the night in order to secure more. So...
When the patient you have here, In how many days are you expecting to discharge them?
Hopefully within the next day or so. We would like to keep them around a little longer just to make absolutely certain, of course. For this is our trial run, but it is proving to be a most efficacious trial. Our biggest... there's a word that Matt's trying to find, but once again, his verbal-aphasia's got taken it away from him. Ah, dear me. Nope, the word is actually just puffed out of my brain. So whatever it was I was going to say, it was going to be exactly the kind of phrase that you would need for this kind of situation where you are administering whatever to a lot of people. Answers on a postcard, or indeed on chat, which would be a bit faster for what word would probably suit, rather than just whatever.
Administering potion?
If not inoculations?
Close. That seems like the kind of thing I was going for. Problem with ADHD.
Inoculations. It would be inoculations be before treatment, so this would be administering
immunizations, I suppose, would be the closest.
Vaccinations.
It's still that kind of thing, but there was a term to do with that I am missing, and I cannot get it back, and so let's just move on.
Okay.
So, have you all
while
seen...
While keeping eye contact with the priest...
Shut up.
I'm
Which
just going to have a quick
I mean,
look around the rest of
Which
the room.
ones?
I was going to say, that's going to be easy for you.
You are keeping his eyes on you. Right, okay.
Two eyes in contact with him. I'm just going to have a look round to see if what they're saying matches what I can see.
Without being actually able to see what's written on these clipboards, it's difficult to tell. But to all intents and purposes, what you can see, and this goes for all of you who are just hanging around outside of the conversation, is that these priests are making regular rounds. They are going up to a patient, they are putting their hands on their foreheads, they are maybe trying to cool them down by putting wet flannels against them to try and bring their fevers down a little bit. They are checking which bed they are in, so they've numbered the beds according to, and they seem to check charts, which suggests that they're checking to see when they were last administered to it, if they were, and when they find someone who hasn't been administered to in a certain amount of time, they take a vial, they get the person to sit up a little bit and give them some, most but not all, of a vial, record it, and then take it back. Casually haunting the place like a spectre of death. Thank you, Sean. Okay.
It's more than just hanging around.
Right.
Oh god, you go out to each one, it's like, your time has come.
Just saying nothing, so it's even more ominous.
He's trying to create heart attacks.
Does Khalad make it obvious that he's trying to listen to what the girl's saying?
I got caught.
Miss Featherington does have the highest instinct score of the entire group, therefore it would stand to reason that being secluded off to that corner by there, Miss Featherington would be able to see that Khalad was at first going up to this lady here, and then, or this girl I should say here, and then got steered away by Vicar Inonda interjecting himself, so I'm fine with you using that as justification if that's what you want to do.
Is she the only one that's basically speaking in tongues, or basically just throwing...
How long do you want to take to go round the entire hospice, checking each and every patient to see if they're muttering and mumbling as well?
Oh no, I was just giving a quick cursory. It's got a list. It's more of like, is she doing it louder than the others or anything? Because I want to work out why he's specifically that.
I didn't even realise Glitch was up there.
He's been
Just
sneaking.
a lap of the storeroom and the outside and come back.
Fine. So Glitch just finds what she expects to find, which is empty storerooms. So, you know.
She's literally just walking through doors, and if anyone stops her, she's just I'm looking for the bathroom.
Well, you only get stopped if Glitch actually does anything that could be seen as interfering with what's going on. Which
She
so
just wants
far,
to see what else is going on.
yeah. So this does reinforce the notion that this was a warehouse.
Yeah. Yeah, what
Because
she's looking for
especially
is
in
to see
this
if there's
room,
anything weird.
especially
I
in
don't know
this
what those
big
dice are on
room
the screen.
here, you find like broken benches and cast aside
Oh yeah.
chairs and boxes and all sorts. So that would suggest, you know, where the
So
supplies came
far,
from originally.
it seems dodgy on the surface, but so far it's passing muster. Glitch doesn't know if she's sad that it's passing muster or impressed.
Miss Featherington is casting minor illusion, but failed,
Mm-hmm.
which means it was noticed. Okay. At least this priest comes up to Miss Featherington. May I help you? Which, of course, gets Vicar Inonda to notice. My child, you appear to have wandered somewhat. Is everything all right? I've lost his deep voice, pardon me. My child, is everything all right?
Sucking on the helium.
Points at the nearest individual, which would be the priest?
No, they're like the bed.
Oh, the girl on the bed. Okay. What of them, my child? The priest takes a step back because, you know, the boss is there doing the talking. Listens while the vicar is distracted. Okay, cool. Callad.
He's pricking
She
ears.
keeps
He's noticed Callad
repeating-
hovering around here.
Blood turns to water. Blood turns to water. Abbotship. Which is weird, but that's all you get. Fane's making throwing
for
up
dreams.
motions.
Fine.
Okay. Vicar Inonda moves over to Peter and beckons him back, as well as Callad. Excuse me, my children, if you could attend to me. Your mute friend over there is apparently trying to communicate, but I am finding it difficult to actually tell what it is they appear to be saying. Perhaps if you could assist. Seems to be making motions that feeling ill or some such.
Oh, let's go see Near. Wait, ill? Mannequins can't get ill. Wait.
At which point this priest and Vicar Inonda just look up and go, pardon me. Oh yes, of course. Well,
So
obviously.
she'll say it slower. Mannequins can't get ill.
Yes, of course. My mistake, my child. I was merely trying to point out that, well, shrugs as Peter draws near and walks off. Okay. Very mysterious, this one.
Confused.com.
Well
Ran
then,
over here for nothing. Maybe while you're here, you can tell me about this whole process thing that's happening over here. Because
I'm sure.
if we can make
I'm
we
sure
can
there
get
are
more
those who
people.
know more about the process than I. But night is growing on, and you apparently were going somewhere. Perhaps I might be able to assist.
Whoops, got distracted. Peter, where are we going again?
Perhaps if we moved outside of the hospice, we could leave these priests and their administrations of the sick and take this conversation outside.
Okay, let's go.
Very good. Sir Knight, if you could bring your fellow companions, I think it's time we left these doctors to their duties, don't you?
Certainly, Father.
My thanks. Madam
Madden by the doorway.
slinks
himself-
by, keeping as close to the door frame as he possibly can before, passing in, looking in always in Featherington's direction.
Gala, I think it might be time for us to leave here.
She floats through the wall.
Good. I
Mark
knew
stress.
that was going to happen.
That's
Hard is
worth it.
whistling quietly a tune that corresponds to an old tale of the Pied Piper.
Ooh.
Just to see if anyone gets twitchy. Not saying any of the words, but
I'm
now
trying to
that
think of
you're all
tunes for the Pied
gathered
Piper now.
in the entrance to the hospice, Vicar Inonda closes the curtain, gives some words to his junior priests, at which point he says, "Very well then, if we could all assemble outside, we should let these people get on with their very, very important duty." Which means we now go to outside, which means we catch up with Tapestry.
Hey, I didn't even need to remind you.
No, I did get there myself, all by myself. You'll notice too. So that was
Look
yay
at
for me.
you.
All by himself.
Okay. The Acolyte. You tail the Acolyte, and this person, they shuffle off. They at first go to the head of the queue and start talking to the priest at the head of the queue, who nod enthusiastically. You can't quite tell what they're talking about, but when one of the clerics at the end of the queue sat behind the desk, the ones who are actually handing out the holy tonics, hands the Acolyte a piece of paper. They accept it, they look it over, they seem to sign it, and then thank the cleric before moving on. Everything seems above board. They check the more stacks of crates, opening one of them up, and seem to count the number of vials that are in there, makes a note, and also seems to mark each of the crates with a number, which, as you can see from discarded crates, is the next in the sequence. So they appear to be administering to their clerical duties and trying to help coordinate the effort. It's what happens next that finally gets Tapestry interested, which is they proceed off towards the entrance to the cathedral, but stop before they get in the door, have a look around, seem to be looking to see whether or not anyone notices, which is where I would like you to roll your finesse, please, for
Okie dokie.
stealth, remembering that because you are cloaked, you do get an advantage to it.
Thank you very much. I'm also going to spend a hope to invoke you can't quantify what you can't perceive.
Mm-hmm. Very good. 28
Ooh,
with hope.
nice.
Take that hope.
Woohoo! Hope back.
So, practiced, as Tapestry appears to be at this, just leans back for an instant, counts to maybe 5, because most people who are in a hurry would probably count to 3 before they proceed with what they were going to do. And sure enough, the Acolyte has made sure that nobody else was looking, but only waited for 3 seconds or so to do it before proceeded away from the entrance into the cathedral. So it makes to look like they were going in there, but doesn't. The Acolyte proceeds off at a pace past the actual cathedral building itself, and then seems to go into an attached building that has its own entrance round the corner. It looks like this is some kind of wooden office space that was constructed obviously well after the initial construction of this cathedral, given how old this cathedral looks compared to how new the wood of this attached office building appears to be.
Yeah.
They go in and shut the door. By the looks of the place and the sound of the place, it doesn't necessarily connect with the cathedral, therefore there's no actual way into the cathedral from here. But you do hear a bolt slide to on the other side of the door, meaning they don't want to be disturbed.
Okay.
Go on, sorry.
Are there any windows or potential sort of keyholes or something I can peek through? To either sort of look at the...
A keyhole, yes. Windows, no. Which is kind of suspicious in and of itself. No windows. I mean, Now, okay, maybe it's a storage shed of some sort.
Yeah.
But why all the secrecy if you go into a storage shed?
Yeah. And let's see if I can peek through a keyhole, if I
Yeah.
can see a shadow, like anywhere inside through view of the keyhole, I might be able to shadow step into to try and actually infiltrate.
Looking through the keyhole, you notice that it is a room. From what you can see, there appears to be a chart, a map of the city on the wall with a good many X's. A lot of them seem to be marking inroads around the Ruby district, but that's all you can see, which would suggest those are the places that there's. That's where the quarantines, the quarantine blockades might very well be. You're not entirely sure why you know this, but that's the first thought that pops into Tapestry's head, and Tapestry seems pretty sure of it, so maybe just shrugs and files that away for, maybe I'll think about that more later.
Yeah.
But does notice that somebody obviously lights a candle or two in there for light, and there is a shadow moving about. Now, the dimensions of this room, you can shadow step in, but how much cover you'll actually find when you get in there is going to be a gamble, because you cannot see enough through the keyhole to know for sure how much cover there is in there. You could end up standing right there in full view, because there's no furniture in there whatsoever, because you can't see any. So I leave this up to you whether or not you want to take that gamble. But through the keyhole, you can listen.
Is anyone speaking?
Yes.
Okay, I'll start with listening before considering sneaking in.
Can I get you to give me a save versus short-term madness, please?
Okay, that is insight.
Insight
rather,
or
is that right?
knowledge, whichever one you want to use. Instinct, not insight. Jeez. If they'd have called it anything else that doesn't have INS. Either way.
Oh, that's not good.
Dear. Okay.
Oh, this is my third recent short-term madness as well.
Yes, so you get one more and it's a long-term madness. But nevertheless, let's go for, because, well, I'll get to that. Hold on a moment there. Oh, the eldritch horrors are revealed to you, bathing you in fear. 71 to 80. It's going to be... Oh, no. This one again. You become frightened of your allies. Well, they're not about at the moment, so that's not as much of an impediment as it would be later on. Okay. Considering that this will only last the scene, means you'll probably be keeping your distance from your allies when they reappear from the hospice. But for the moment, what you hear at first is a whispering, and you strain to hear what the whispers are, but then as soon as you do, you catch syllables and sounds that sound like they shouldn't be coming from a mortal's mouth, at which point something in your mind rebels at hearing this. And that's how your mind is assailed by a sudden wash of fear, as you get images of eyes everywhere, eyes in shadows, eyes of portraits moving to look at you, eyes suddenly coming out of walls and regarding you, people just randomly in the milling about in crowds suddenly turning to look exactly in your direction even though they shouldn't know you're there. That kind of thing. You gain a sudden horrible sense of being watched, but the last image you see is of something horrible, something almost shapeless, formless, but the one form part of it that you can make out is the fact that there are eyes, so many eyes, and for a moment they regard you, and that's when you recoil in horror and fear, and that's when you snap back to where you are. And then you notice that the timbre of the whispering has ceased whatever horrible incantations you just heard, and the next thing you hear is the soft voice of the acolyte going, "But that should have worked. Why didn't it work? Oh, the Vicar's not going to like this. What am I going to do? Well, there's nothing else for it." And you hear the packing away of implements, maybe. Then the sound of someone blowing out a candle. And they seem to be moving towards the door to come back out.
I'll sneak round the corner to try and not be seen.
Okay. The bolt, you hear the bolt undo. The bolt slides to, the door opens, the acolyte comes out, but appear to be in very much of a hurry, and therefore doesn't bother to look behind or to the left, because you were stood right there. They move very, very quickly back the way they came, towards near the front of the line, but not quite back to the area they were before, and just seem to stand there, nervously waiting for folks to come out of the hospice. So that is Go on.
If they go in back to the line,
Yes.
especially given my current madness means I'm reluctant to rejoin the Allies,
Yeah.
Tapestry might actually try and take the opportunity to sneak into the room,
Sure,
see
sure.
if there's anything left, especially as he was looking for evidence or resources to fake evidence.
Sure. Looking about, you see a map and some notes, all of which seem to indicate that shipments are either due or are in process of being moved. There are quantities here that suggest numbers greater than the number of crates that you've seen them stacked outside, and a number of street names or place names that you don't quite recognize, but some back part of your mind thinks that these might be other churches, other cathedrals, and all of them based in the Ruby district. Looking up at the map on the wall, you start trying to corroborate one to the other, and you think that's true. So whatever operation is being coordinated from here, it suggests that either deliveries are being made to or are coming from other places, other cathedrals in the district. You're not sure why, but your inclination is towards deliveries going out to these other cathedrals. So if
The
there
notes
are...
mention where the...
Sorry, go on.
I say, do the notes mention where the deliveries going to the cathedrals might be coming from?
No. But your best guess would be, because they have managed to build this essentially like a foreman or a planner's office, this might be the originator. This place is where they are going to be or are being sent from. So, curious. What you do notice is that there is a desk, and there are like in and out trays, kind of crude ones, essentially just somewhere for you to impale paper on. But it's clean in there. But you do notice some black candle wax and the smell of having a recently extinguished wick. Where the candle went to, you don't know, but you have to guess that the acolyte took it with him. But there's some evidence of black candle wax, a little drip on the table that's in this room, which suggested whatever it suggests to you.
I'll sort of like very, very slightly tap the candle wax with the back of my finger and withdraw in case it kind of something weird happens touching it.
Thankfully, nothing does happen. It's just inert wax.
Okay. I might see if I can sort of pry a little bit off to when my madness goes back, see if any of the mages in the group can detect if there's something weird about it.
Sure. Good idea. Keep the little sample.
Yeah.
Anything else
I'll
you want to
also
do
want-
while you're in there? Yes.
I'll also want to look in the notes. Are there any sort of signatures on the orders or anything like that I can pilfer one to forge if I need to?
One big signature seems to be from Vicar Henri Inonda, which would seem to match with the name of the vicar that introduced himself. His signatures appear to be on all of this.
I might try and take one of those so I have something to forge.
Okay.
Are there any kind of like lock drawers or anything like that in the desk?
There's a drawer. It's not locked, but there's nothing in it. Again, suggests this is very recently constructed.
Okie dokie.
This is meant to be someone's office or planning office or something, but it's a recent addition and therefore hasn't been used all that much yet.
Okie dokie. The cathedrals and churches being delivered to, is Father Hawk's one of them?
Yes.
Does it look like stuff has already been sent, or it's in the process
Tough
of being?
to tell.
Okay. Don't think I'm going to find anything else in here, and I'll probably think of something when it's way too late. So, Tapestry will now go out to start having to start failing to meet up with the others.
Okay. Which brings us nicely to the others emerging from the hospice.
Hospice.
Yes. So, Vicar Inonda claps his hands together and goes, as you can see, things are going as well as they possibly can do under the circumstances, but so far we are very encouraged by the results. He looks over, notices his assistant, the Acolyte. Ah, excellent. My Acolyte looks like they have a little bit of news for me, so let me just talk with them for a moment. I'll be right back. Do excuse me. So, you all see Vicar Inonda walk off towards his Acolyte, and they appear to have words. So, who's paying attention to the Vicar? Who wants to do something else whilst the Vicar's attention is elsewhere? What's going on?
Oh. You first?
No, I'm still thinking. That's why I said, Go for it.
Part of me wants to try and eavesdrop from where I am using the keen sensors, but it all depends on the amount of background noise, I suppose.
It's a fair amount of people chattering and coughing. Miss Featherington watching the Vicar like a hawk, which again makes sense. Highest instinct score. Before I get on to what those who are watching see, anybody else got anything they want to do? I will take silence as no. So, speak up now.
The only thing I could think of was causing chaos, so no.
Just for the sake of it. Just causing a ruckus.
Yes. Glitch is bored now. Would like to go do something fun.
Our lives aren't in danger now. Got to correct that.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay, so Miss Featherington and anybody else who is watching the Vicar. The Vicar and the Acolyte exchange words, and the Vicar gets very angry to the point where he screams out, "What?" and then looks around quickly and composes himself, and then just leans in threateningly to the Acolyte, who seems to be protesting something, but they're both being very careful to keep what they're saying quiet enough that only they can hear. And they're moving around enough that lip reading is going to be very, very difficult. But the general feeling you get is that the Vicar is really unhappy with the news that the Acolyte just gave him, at which point he is now saying some words very sternly to the Acolyte, who is there just nodding. The Acolyte has a look on their face that doesn't seem to suggest they are happy with the situation, but they're taking it, at which point they just nod, bow, and essentially excuses themselves and walks off. At which point Vicar Inonda straightens himself, takes a deep breath to calm himself, straightens his robes, puts on his smile, as he then goes back to greeting everybody else, and checks in with this priest here, and then comes back to yourselves. My children, apologies for that. I believe I was going to help you with what you were investigating. Yes, that was it. Where was it that you said you were trying to get to? You
Peter, you're up.
had a mission that you were going
We
to
were
do.
trying to track down a specific area where there'd been larger numbers of the Scourge bomb sighted. Potentially an old brewery.
Indeed. Well, this may be nothing. No, I'm sure. Wild goose chase. Well, then again, under the circumstances.
Studying him while he does this, still doing the. Okay, are you being honest not, or are you not? Kind of.
Well,
Something feels off about this guy. Period. It's just.
Sure.
Also, when you said piety, it's like when it gets to a certain point of you're that close to your religion, you start a bit more critical of others who are also following it. So it's the idea of if you're talking that much, that proudly and boastfully, it's like.
Sure.
He's also comparing him to his baseline for the Amnesiac is Father Hawk, and that comes up a lot more of a this is what a priest is, rather than this guy's coming across as the equivalent of a televangelist at the moment. At least that's the comparison I've got
Which
in my
means
head.
I'm doing my job brilliantly then. Thank you.
So
I'll take
that's
that as a
also
compliment.
what's also drawing this suspicion, because he's only got one baseline, which is Father Hawk. This guy's completely different, so it's automatically going to hit off that I'm suspicious of you kind of
Sure,
vibes,
and
because you
that's
aren't-
probably
no,
a good
what
thing.
you aren't fitting in with my current opinion of what a priest should be.
Yeah, and that's great. Okay, cool. Yeah, once again, he's choosing his words very carefully, and considering as soon as he suggested he would try to help, he seemed to have an idea, but then he's discounted it, and you get the feeling that maybe he discounted it on account of doesn't want to look foolish. Which makes sense
Rather
because
than
this
just dropped
guy
it on
looks
purpose
is
to get us
everything.
to go there. Okay.
Whispers to Kalad, I can't find where the acolyte went. I want to know what got him in trouble enough for the glitch out. Well, you can always ask the father.
Yeah, no, he's busy.
Well,
I'll ask him when he's not so busy.
can we keep this just between us, please?
Always. Yeah. Leans in closer. Just you and no one else, honestly.
Okay.
Only the ears that are here.
Understand, I don't want to voice such things so close to other civilians, just in case it causes a panic or a discomfort, but some of those who have been coming to us tonight have been coming from all across the district, as far at least as those that can make it here. And recently a lot of my congregation have been talking about an inn. The Last Hope Inn. It's not terribly far from here. I mean, it's not close, but it's travelable within about 3/4 of an hour distance from here, if you want to take the chance of risking such a journey on a night like this. But nevertheless, the Last Hope Inn had its own attached brewery, last I recall, neither of which has been used in some time. Some of my congregation claim that it's haunted. Whether or
Looks
not
at
that
Gower.
means... Go on, sorry.
Looks at Gower.
Yeah, quite.
Vanguard's local.
Ow.
I'm not sure if this will help at all, but if I could give you directions to the Last Hope Inn and you could check in there in order to see whether or not there was anything to that place. Other than that, I'm not sure what to suggest. A brewery.
Well, we aren't necessarily looking for a brewery. We're looking for something that is brewery-like. And the Last Hope Inn is fitting that quite nicely. Plus, you said it's haunted, and haunted is what's fun. And you know what? And if it's fine, we can come back and we can tell the congregation it's fine, and they can have just relax. I think we should go, guys. What do you think?
Vicar Inonder was
go, go,
almost
go.
about
Oh,
to
I'm
open his
sorry.
mouth there, but
We have no other so far.
If we go, can I test my new side? Pretty green.
well, it would if you
Super.
do find evidence of anything, either for good or ill, and you do manage to make it back here, we would all appreciate you telling us if it is safe or not. Because then, at the very least, we can tell people that it's either safe to go in that direction or not. And the more information people have about safe areas these days, the better. I'm sure you can understand.
If you can let us know where, next time we're here, if you can let us know where most of your patients have been coming from,
Of course.
that might help us get to the bottom of some of this.
I'll tell you what. I will ask for my clerics, especially the ones who work in the hospice, to collate the notes and to give you as full accounting as to the average time that people have come in and been administered and the time that it has taken them for their fevers to break and such. Would that make for a more concise bits of data?
If we can get that and information of where they came from,
Yes, of
because
course.
we'd like to get information about where is the scourge most common in the district. Can we try and track it back? Similar sort of things.
I see. Rip it up at the root. A fine idea.
Which, if you're getting a cure and we can get that to where it started,
Of course, I can
spread
see the
it out.
merit.
Because,
Very good idea.
Zero. Genius.
I will get on this immediately, my children. That is an inspired idea. I'm so sorry that I hadn't come up with something similar sooner. May the Radiant One watch over your journey and bring you back to us so that we can see this miracle spread straight to the heart of the infection. I have a good feeling about this, my children. May the Radiant One
so
watch over your journey. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to tell these hard-working folks to start collating the data that you want. Oh, before I do, let me check our supplies.
Oh, we already got potions. Don't worry.
Dear lady, I meant our supplies.
Now,
But
I'm gonna
thank
go
you
here.
for
Awkward.
reminding. All right.
we should move before we lose too much of the night.
Oh, yes. And, of course, the vicar comes quickly back, presents Peter with a hastily scrawled map, which he has made, which indicates where you are and where this Last Hope Inn is and what to, where to go, essentially. The vicar does point out that he has recommended keeping to the alleyways because most of the major thoroughfares, he has people coming in reporting that they are replete with scourge beasts, so it's probably safer to take the alleyways to stay away from the main concentrations of wandering beasts. And unless you've got anything else you want to ask him, he will depart. Okay.
I could ask our traditional one, but I think it might be overdone for a change.
Okay. So he goes back to his administrative duties, and you guys have got your supplies and are set ready to go. You've got a map of how to get there. All right. So, do you assemble now? Do you assemble further out as far as, tapestry? I'm thinking.
Tapestry is basically going to trail out of sight until he can shake off this madness. It's kind of like at the moment, he knows he wants to actually tell these guys what he saw and that he's suspicious, but his madness is keeping him from actually getting to them.
Right.
Is there another way down other than the elevator we came up?
As it turns out, yes. Vicar Inonda's map does detail a way to go that doesn't involve taking that elevator again. So you can use the streets at this level. Okay. Anybody else?
Could we, if no one's got anything else, I'd like to have a quick catch-up, quick in-character chat, probably about 5 minutes out from when we leave the cathedral.
Right, so everyone is moving out.
And out of earshot.
Out of earshot. Okay, so Madden will trail you guys too. So if you move in a cluster just off to one side, that can be enough of a representation of you guys waiting until you're out of earshot of the general populace.
I will follow God.
Okay. Yeah, that'll do. So.
Is it just me, or is that priest a bit odd?
You might want to speak up so the folks at home can hear you.
Oh, he is strange. Not what I would imagine a priest would or should be. There's something off about the way and the way he's.
I don't know if that cure worked. I'm a bit concerned that. I'm concerned that they are taking dangerous creatures in amongst the sheep, and they're dosing them up, and when the drugs wear off, they're all going to be murdered.
I was curious to where they put those that cannot be saved. Nothing works completely.
That is a good point. Miss Featherington has an empty vial. Was there anything that she was going to do with that empty vial?
Unless someone here is a chemist, no.
Okay.
I don't think I am.
Well, anyone can attempt some kind of knowledge roll in that regard if you wanted to.
I can also do something obvious. Is it any kind of like drops or any left in there, or is it just a completely dry, empty vial?
It would probably be at the most still a wet residue.
Oh dear.
Stop stealing my thoughts, Davis. Miss Featherington, may I? I'll just hand out for the bar. I just want to give it a sniff. Not taking that as a value before anyone ever brings that up.
See, perfect opportunity.
Thank you.
Sniff, sniff.
Miss Featherington hands it over.
And we've already got one of the other ones that I've not used.
Yes, you do. You've got plenty of the full ones, yes.
Yeah, so he's just giving me a quick sniff and is it the same kind of stuff? Oh, but I'm not using the one he's got from the father. We had one previously.
Yeah,
Why don't
sure.
you compare them all?
Yeah, true. I just was to see if there's any difference between one or the other.
You've got an empty one from the father, and one not from the father. So compare them and see if they're all the same.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. So if they got their same kind of sense, same kind of look, just using.
Yeah. So holding a vial up to any source of light, you can see that it is mostly almost like an emulsion. It's just a white liquid. But every now and again, something inside of the liquid catches the light and it sparkles slightly. Give it a shake and you can definitely see sparkles. Giving it a sniff, well, you can't really identify any particular... It's definitely got its own scent. What you could equate that scent to be? It's tough to tell because you've never smelt anything like it before. It smells like medicine. Is the closest I can get you. It's like, you know, a mixture of something. What that could be, you're not sure. There's certainly plenty of different things in it that come together to make its unique smell, but without being able to actually tell what any of those chemicals or whatever ingredients are, then all you can detect is that each and every one of them smells the same. The one you got from before, the one you got recently, and the residue all have the same smell to them, yes.
One of the ones I've been used, just dip finger and just take a drop. Just let it sit on the tongue, given what he is, to see if it has what kind of effect it has, just from like just holding a little bit on his mouth and then swallowing it.
It has.
So he's not drinking the whole thing. It's just a little taste.
Obviously, yep, cool. So just a drop. There's this kind of... Oh, how best to do it? Anyone ever put just a drop of mint tea on your tongue before? Strong peppermint tea. It's got that kind of cooling zing to it. But it's still quite strong nonetheless. It feels... You can feel it go all the way down, and it's not cold, it's like almost soothing. And it slips down more like an emulsion, more like milk than juice, if you will.
A bit like Gaviscon, that kind of thickness.
Yeah. Not quite as thick as that, but yeah. Is that sufficient as a description?
Yeah.
I will take that as a firm maybe. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
Take a look at Peter. Has his nose shrunk? Has anything else changed?
No, nothing
Does he
seems
look
to have
like he's
changed.
getting this
Feel
horrible
no
sweat.
different.
Yep, Peter doesn't feel any different. He doesn't look any different than he did before.
Also, my condition may be different to other afflicted, mainly due to the fact that I am not tearing you apart as we speak.
Oh, that's
I
actually
am
a
a
good
man,
point.
not a
Thanks for
beast.
reminding me. When Peter went into the hospice earlier, he had to pass a smouldering vial of the beast repellent, and oh, gee, did you have to hold your breath going past that? Because the closer that Peter got to it, the more it made his eyes water. It was such a strong smell that he had to hold his breath as he went past it to stop from actually inhaling more of it. So, yeah. But that's fine. You made it in and you made it out again. So, anything else to do with the vial or the map, or you're just going to proceed on? Because I will take this...
Share the map with everyone and everything. So
cool. Because I will take this as sufficient time to have passed that Tapestry has snapped out of his madness.
Oh, cool.
Does blood to water mean anything to anybody?
Yes, she said that, didn't she? Blood to water and something about a ship? Or did I mishear that?
No, didn't mishear it.
Maybe
Featherington points at
something-
Calad,
the
then points to her ear.
Yeah, that's what I'm reacting to.
Right, oh yeah, of course, and that's what you're talking about. Yeah, okay, sorry, I'm a bit late. My brain caught up.
Points to Calad and points to her.
Yes, this is what triggered this conversation we just had.
Come out of the shadows and say, as if by magic, tapestry reappeared.
Oh, good.
Madden
we haven't
goes,
lost
"Ah!"
this.
No, he doesn't. He just goes, oh yeah, I forgot there was another one of you.
Oh, that's how good I am at hiding. But I haven't been wasting my time. I've been out the glob of black candle wax and say, is anyone capable of scanning this for supernatural energies?
Miss Featherington puts her hand up.
Yeah. It looks to be Featherington.
Okay. Would you
Featherington
mind?
finds a residue of arcane energy on this. So anybody who wants to try a knowledge check can feel free to.
I mean, we're already at max fear, so it doesn't hurt.
Let's do it.
No, let's not.
And strangely
Oh, it's
enough,
instinct.
that was
Oh,
an
what you meant to
instinct
say,
roll
but it's
from...
also- It's still +1. Yeah, I got it wrong. Unless you want me to re-roll.
No, that's fine. Gala, not so much. No, it's wax. you light candles and you can see, you know. Glitch.
Can I use Descent of Madness as an experience? With it being a magic candle.
Okay.
Can I pull in Travelling Bard for random weirdness with I found in travels?
Sure. Okay.
Oh, Calad, I got it. The rest of us,
I got it.
Miss Featherington and Glitch come to the same conclusion in that if this is wax and it's got a trace of arcane energy to it, it just suggests that it was some kind of an implement used in maybe a magical spell of some sort, which, you know, isn't that uncommon. Everyone from priests to arcanists to those who dabble in, you know, other things often use candles to add a degree of focus or some kind of aspect to a needed aspect for that a candle usually represents. Calad, however, notices the colour and also some of the fact that not only is it black, but Calad, with his many eyes, catches sight that some of the wax has like veins of red threading through it. At which point, there's a horrible recollection of knowledge that Calad doesn't know where it came from originally, but seems to suggest to Calad that this is maybe as Glitch and Featherington have already identified, a candle more than likely used in some kind of arcane event, but in such a way that bad stuff tends to use black candles with veins of red in it, because the veins of red might very well be blood.
Yeah.
And therefore, any magical spell that requires a black candle with veins of blood going through it is usually not a good sign. It doesn't narrow down anything.
The veins of red, dark as night. Horror things abound this night.
Very good. I
Old
like that.
poems come to mind.
Well, the one who tried using this for something so potent that being on the edge of it frayed one of my threads was the acolyte of our friend Father Inonda. Whatever it was he was trying, though, apparently botched it, because he eventually, after the effect went, he said, and I believe I can quote, "That should have worked," in an kind of like a surprisingly good impression of the acolyte, I'd like to think. So she goes, "That should have worked. Why didn't it? What am I going to do? Oh, nothing else for it." At which point he packed his stuff away and headed back to the queue where you guys were.
Just checking. After he used this, did you feel an urge to go into the room?
I did go into the room. It wasn't so much an urge, but as an opportunity I saw once he left. He seemed agitated enough that he did not look around, because until when he was going into that room, he was trying to see if he was being followed and trying to make it look like he was going to the cathedral and then kind of slipping away to the office next door. When he came out, he was agitated enough that he didn't actually take any precautions. So I more took the opportunity to have a look around. I saw there were waxy remains I took a sample from, and I saw a chart of the Ruby district, various blockades, various inroads, and the movement of a lot of these shipments, far more than I've seen any sign of at the cathedral, going from his cathedral to all the other cathedrals and churches in the Ruby district, including Father Hawk's, as it turns out. It does seem like a larger operation than what he's allowing to be seen. And the fact that his acolyte is apparently botching dark evocations of some kind does not engender trust.
I wonder if our nature has more to do with that botch than we think. We should be about the night's getting on.
You could walk and
Okay.
go.
Where are we heading?
Pulls out the map. Somewhere here, pulling to the area of the Last Hope Inn.
Was it in
Best in
no,
ever.
was it Inonda that told us about this?
Yes, but we have nothing else to go on currently. But it is... When he was talking about this potential, he sounded more afraid that it would be nothing and therefore show him as foolish, rather than, at least that was my impression of his words. He seems very much obsessed with appearances. So whether he genuinely thinks this place could be valuable to us for what we seek, or if
it's a trap?
lying. It's
Holds
hard
both
for me
hands
to
out in
tell.
fists and shakes them from side to side. Not quite sure I get that.
Hey, Macarena.
Well, yeah. Are we doing T stance first and then moving one to the other and like we're doing exercises, or are we shaking the maracas? Could you give me a description of?
Wait, if we
He
give you
has
multiple
video-
potions, can you shake them like a...
video in the chat.
Watch how to sign control in British Sign Language.
Oh.
It's like 1 second video. So, yes, I think that's how she's doing it.
Yes.
So signs control. Okay.
Too bad we don't know sign language.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, you do.
It's almost like we do.
I'm going to say that you recognise the sign for control. At which point
That's
you're
gonna
like,
be
wait
a-
a minute,
an
how did I know the sign
realisation
for
for all.
control?
Yeah.
What do you mean control? Wait, how did I know what that meant?
Control the narrative.
You guys have not been paying attention to feathers? They're actually quite wordy about a lot of things.
I don't pay attention to anyone. Don't take it personally.
Sorry, who are you? Sorry, that's me jumping into your conversation there, pardon me.
We have mannequins.
Sorry,
in the box?
I did
You're just Glitch's inner thoughts. Who are you again?
As much as I think we do need to move, as Khalad said, but thinking about it, this is technically the safest place we're going to find for a while. if we need to recuperate. Some of us are still weary and injured. Is it worth taking this opportunity, as we may not know when the next comes?
Short rest?
Opportunity for what?
Short rest.
Resting? I guess we can do that.
But I'm full on fear, so I can't gain any more. Cunning.
And also another good reason to do it now.
Cunning.
Dun, dun.
I see. Alright, nope, sure. If you want to take 10 minutes to essentially get yourselves a short rest, then by all means do. It's going to be more like 20.
Oh, it's...
But, yeah.
Oops, I meant to do 10 wounds rather than clear stress twice. Let's just delete that. That one. 10 wounds. Clear distress. There we go.
Can't click button. Too much happening in chat. Chasing
Click more.
buttons.
Click faster.
Do better.
I
Special
scrolled
2?
3
I don't know.
times and my button kept moving. Here.
I think Sean's just rolling for the sake of rolling now, so you can't get to your slot. Yeah.
Fine, I've done it now. I've done it
That's
now.
fine,
I
that's
beat
good.
you. Fine. I have fixed it
Yep,
now.
there we are. Davis did. Davis leapt on that as well. Right, so if folks are done, I can click the refresh for
And
short
of course,
rest.
Ready.
since I have a chance to actually do this at the moment without
Another
all the chaos.
failure.
What?
Right, rally.
have your
You
rally
wanted to
dice.
cast your minor illusion. You failed to. You rolled a 9
No,
with fear.
no, I didn't. No, I didn't. It's just 56 minutes ago.
Interesting.
That does say
yeah.
56
Yeah.
minutes,
Why did that
51
pop up?
seconds ago.
Can
No,
I have
I did
rally
nothing.
again, please?
Everyone else saw that though, right? That it just popped up in the
Oh,
recent
did that
list, even though it says
reappear?
56 minutes.
Yeah, it appeared. I'm like, I didn't use it.
Yeah, no, it's right there. You're not going
Oh,
crazy.
very curious. Okay.
Literally right
can I-
there.
Can you add the rally effect, or am I able to
Oh
find
yeah,
it?
it's
now?
gone again.
It should be in your inactive.
It's not.
effects list.
Okay, let's.
No, it's disappeared.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I
That's
used to
fine.
have it. Now it's gone. It's abandoned me.
That's fine. We can give it to other folks. Let me
I'm
just
okay.
share it from Kalads. Okay. So
You
do.
should just be able to hit the magic apply button. If you click it, it should apply to everybody.
Yeah, but I can't see. It's not there. Oh no, there it is actually. Pardon me.
Hi,
Target.
Mr.
Right.
Brown.
Okay. Do.
Yay.
Blah.
Yay.
All I had to do
Um,
was scroll back.
Well, I've got quite a lot of hope.
Okay. Rogue's dodge. Alrighty.
Yep. I can't take damage very well, so I shall make myself a bit harder to hit.
Oh, Matt, I'm supposed to tell you if I don't designate any downtime to my patron. I did not. I was too busy fixing myself on my stuff.
He says, sucking the air in over his teeth.
Yeah. I was too busy. Not fine.
And you have no favour. Okay.
I have
Right.
absolutely sweet FA favor because I haven't had enough time.
Okay,
Or
well, you know.
stuff.
Hmm.
Watch how that works
Interesting.
next time around.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah, pretty much.
Discord, why did you give them a soundboard?
Because
Hey, you
Discord
should-
loves us.
You should have reminded us that it was there, and now it's your fault.
Yeah, you bought this on yourself.
There
Let's
you-
be honest.
Yeah, true enough.
Are you ready to move on?
No,
We want to play with the soundboard some more. Oh my god.
Not really, but
Yeah, I
thanks for
think we're
noticing.
good to
Oh.
go now.
Is mine. Sweet, my rune ward's back. Yay!
Short rest, so hopefully stuff of yours that is brought back after a short rest should now be available again if anybody has any such things.
I do, and it is awesome.
Alright then, nice. So, on we go. So we don't need the hospice anymore. To the Last Hope Inn. Okay, so you use the map to get you to a certain place, and some time later you do actually arrive. So let me describe what you see. Okay. As your party turns the corner onto a narrow cobblestone street, an eerie silence clings to the air like a dense fog. Ahead, the once welcoming facade of the Last Hope Inn looms, its windows boarded up, and the door sealed shut with heavy chains and a sturdy padlock. Let me move you actually by here. Sturdy padlock, sturdy padlock. The inn's sign swings gently in the wind, its creaking the only sound that dares to pierce the quiet. The buildings on either side of the street share a similar fate, their doors shut tight and windows dark, as if the entire block had been abandoned to time and memory. The atmosphere is thick with a palpable sense of unease, as the very air seems to be holding its breath, waiting for something to shatter the silence. Shadows seem to stretch and twist unnaturally, dancing just at the edge of your vision, and you just can't shake the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. Just when the quiet seems unbearable, a strange, chilling whistling cuts through the air, its source unclear. The tune is hauntingly playful, yet carries with it an undercurrent of predatory malice. It seems to come from everywhere and nowhere, echoing off the boarded-up buildings and winding its way down the deserted street. The whistling grows louder, more insistent, as if beckoning your party forwards, or perhaps goading you to run.
Clearly, it doesn't know us.
We did it. We found the circus.
I was going to say, does it sound like a calliope?
Miss Featherington.
Which way's the wind blowing? Oh.
You can't tell at the moment. It seems to be coming from behind you. You think. Miss Featherington, the one with the highest instinct, detects the faint whiff of a pungent incense. That is also when you hear that same playful whistling. Now, I can't actually whistle down my microphone without my sound reduction software actually cutting it out, so you're just going to have to imagine it. Sure.
I'm guessing I'll potentially be picking that up with oh, what was it? I can't say it again. My keen senses smell.
Your extra orphan sniffer.
Shush.
Sniff, sniff.
Right then.
Oh, does that actually? Oh, this. Okay.
What now? What happened?
Sorry, I was looking at the party. I just moved the screen up, and I've just seen the start of that. It's like, oh, it does look like a circus tent.
I want to go in. It's a circus tent. Fun.
The light sources are leaving other people in the dark.
That sounds like a them problem. Come on, there's a circus tent. I want to go in. I want to go in and play.
Let's see what kind of.
You ready? You ready? You ready? Can we go? Can we go now? Can we go?
Holding on, I would like
This is
everybody.
not what I expected.
Hang on. I have lost what I was after. Okay, cool. I would like everybody to give me instinct reaction rolls, please.
Ooh.
I gotta remember how to do the reaction roll now.
Same as
You
any
got
other
you got to
roll.
action and kick it.
Just tick the box.
Oh dear.
Yep, definitely
Correct.
idea.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who are we missing?
Callum's too busy.
Yeah.
He's getting blinded by all the lights. Like,
Okay.
He just loves the circus.
He's still trying to place that tune. The notes
Really
are
bugging you
so familiar, but he can't remember what it is.
And that's
The
the
point
problem.
he's probably even starting to hum it.
He's hearing that playful whistle. You're all hearing that playful whistle come from somewhere within the shadows, not far away from you. It's the fact that it then gets very close indeed, and I am going to mark Khalad as... Ooh, I can't. You and you. No targets are selected. Okay, let's try that again. The whistling starts really getting to both Khalad and Miss Featherington. It is somehow affecting you on a primal level to when you do hear it get horribly, horribly close to the point where it sounds like it's right over your shoulder, is when it suddenly fills you with a frosty fear. And that's when something shadowy, long-limbed, and sinister emerges from the shadows 2 and 4 as we move this into initiative. And essentially the whistling gave them away as they come in very, very close. Therefore I will allow you guys to take point, but as in to take the first spotlight, which Peter takes.
just wanted to go to the
As Peter jumps to defend the rear. Whoa. Forceful push, as per usual.
I didn't see the one behind, so I just saw Peter just jump behind us and run away. I'm like, I don't want to, like, wow, Peter, good to know that you're helping.
Critical
Oh.
hit! Okay, Jeeves.
That didn't do the thing for crits. Oh well. 1d6. Extra because it was. Roll again for brutal. See if I can get any higher. Which I can't, so I'll keep with the original roll. And I paid the coat marker, so it's also vulnerable.
Nice. So the damage is actually what? What we've got there.
Yeah,
You rolled a
27.
D8,
Yeah,
so you're keeping the 6.
yes, it was higher than the 4, so yes.
Contrary to what people may believe, I can actually do maths. So something comes out of the shadows, and as Peter swings... That's a good point, actually. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Good point. Let me just check this. That shouldn't have happened. Pardon me. It didn't calculate it correctly.
What, the damage?
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, it looked a bit odd. It said it times 8. I was like, what?
So instead, it's gonna be perfect.
Well,
So
that
what's
song's
the
going to
actual
be in
damage?
my head for the rest of the day. Thanks.
I was going to say, because what should it be for a crit then?
No, the 15 was
It's
right.
correct damage, just wrong threshold applied.
Oh,
Correct.
so I only did 27 only did 2 hit points of
And then it
points of
gets
damage.
propelled into the
Ouch.
darkness. Well, you can't see. At which point, I am going to steal the spotlight from you by spending a fear in order to have this Oblivion Whistler whistle its playful tune as it comes out and makes a long clawed grab for Khalad. So, okay, cool. The unbearable whistling. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I get a 10, which is a 12, which is a hit. Oh, hey!
Nope.
Which is a miss. Okay, groovy.
Okay, I'm now starting on top of the tent fabric. But still.
Yes, so let's put it straight. This was a panicked flutter. This was a, oh god, it's close to me! And you fired off into the air. It moved, it attacked. You didn't take damage, so that's cool. Which means Galar has requested the spotlight, and the Galar now gets the spotlight. Groovy.
Well, I was just intending to dive in the way of this one for Kellard, but I'll do that anyway. And then
Okay.
fail to set it on fire. Accordingly. Da-da-da.
You just gotta believe.
That,
Oh, that's not bad, actually.
my god,
All of the
crits.
criticals!
Alright, Bolt Beacon actually hits, and it hits big! The damage is...
Is that number again?
Yeah.
You
Same
won't,
again.
you won't get another for a few months now.
Maybe this is the turning point. This is where we get more sparkles.
So what you notice is that as the bolt beacon flies towards it, Peter didn't see this because when he hits, he propels the creature backwards, so he didn't manage to get a good old look. Plus it went from in dim light straight into shadow, but when the bolt beacon flares down, you notice that this creature doesn't seem to have that many defining features. You can definitely make out what you can make out on the token art, which is to say a shape, lots and lots of teeth and an open mouth, and ears and blank eyes, long clawed fingers, but it seems to be vague, shadowy creature. Even with light on it, it still doesn't seem to illuminate that much of it. So the bolt beacon doesn't hit as hard as you expect it to maybe do, but the effect is still applied nevertheless, because that was a catastrophically good bolt beacon hit.
What type of thing doesn't have a defined feature and just has weird, vague appearance? That's crazy.
Now mixed with purple glitter.
So on the topic of not
So-
purple glitter and a vague appearance.
The
So
purple
they're related
glitter
tapestry.
outlines it at least, so you can see its silhouette, but it seems like that's all you can get. Even when it turns to one side, you can only get like a profile of it as it just keeps whistling. And I'm going to spend a fear to steal the spotlight again, as I'm going to. No, I'm not. I'm going to do something a little different. Okay. Tapestry, could I get you to give me an instinct reaction roll, please?
Okay.
Eleven with hope, I am afraid, is not enough, as you also become suddenly very, very frightened from this unbearable whistling which has just come up over your shoulder. Sounds really, really close. It's something about the tune, about this playful predatoriness that lets you know that it's toying with you, and it wants to, and it likes to. But yet, strangely, you don't actually see it until it's too late, when it comes out of nowhere to come up behind you and take a swing. And I get a 17 and 19, which is actually a hit. The creature does only that much damage to you. But the fact that it is horrifying means that you also mark a stress, which I've just done.
Okie dokie. Oh, did you just mark a stress, or?
I did just mark a stress.
Oh, that's okay. Really enough, I put a stress in, but it still only gone up to 1, so...
There we are then.
That is odd.
You've requested
the
spotlight. You get the spotlight.
Well, I was going to shoot that thing, but... As somebody probably said once, if they... and I think it's applicable to a whistler, if they go loud, you go louder. So... I'm gonna loop round about to here. Oh, is there a wall or something blocking me?
Yes, a low wall here.
Oh, right. Am I able to hop over it if it's a low wall?
Sure. Let me move you.
Okay. And I'm going to see if I can overcome its whistle with my own whistle.
You can overcome the fear if you want to spend a hope. So you can overcome the frightened condition by spending a hope on it.
I might, but there was a very specific sort of
Okay.
That's it. Come on, why isn't this working?
What are you after?
Okay, right. Okay, let's see if this works. There, that's what I'm doing.
Attraction, okay.
My whistling blows stuff up.
All right then. Hit the detonation button. All creatures within very close. Well, let's measure that, shall we?
Oh dear. That's what's his face?
Fine, he knew what he was getting into.
Oh dear.
Okay, I'm going to use I'm going to add my bardic rally dice.
Okay.
Just to make sure Madden doesn't survive.
Okay.
Here's my whistle, bitch!
Right, so this has to make an agility reaction roll with a difficulty of 13. Alright. Alright, let's do that. I did not make it.
Yay!
Therefore, it takes the damage. No target. Oh, flip off with that.
Counts as magic damage, if that's any difference.
7 magic damage. Yeah, that makes difference. Ooh, that's a good point. It's magic damage, therefore.
Yep.
Yeah. So your gravitic detonation, as it were, peels pieces of this thing off as if you're blowing away smoke. So bits of it peel off. So you moved, you detonated in quite spectacular fashion. So this wall, I'm going to say, comes down.
Which wall?
The mini wall that you couldn't move past.
Oh, right, okay.
That's no longer a wall, that is rubble. That entire area is now considered difficult terrain. So folks can only move very close range. If they want to move further, they have to do an agility action in order to try and move further than just very close. I am going to spend a fear to interject myself once
Hark goes
more.
the whistler. That's what I'm claiming that song was. Rally dice is gone.
Pound of tuppenny rice. Up about the tree.
Right. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so what happens next, you're not entirely certain, but Tapestry being the closest to this creature, you notice that all of a sudden these tendrils of darkness, which are a lot darker than shadow, so you can definitely make them out as separate from the actual whistling shadow creature itself. From this pool of blackness emerges underneath and seems to wrap this creature in protective bands of darkness.
Which one's doing it? The one that's fighting Tapestry?
Yes.
When the going gets tough, the tough curl in the ball and cry.
And then...
Is it going to explode? Tit for tat.
I'm going to keep going with... Ooh, no, that's a bit much. So let's instead... Is it a bit much? No, let's do this. From... Again... Out of the darkness, a bolt of blackness drops at Peter's feet, and from it spreads out all these tendrils and tentacles and chains of darkness that try and wrap around each and every one of you. So, you are, each of you, can I see if I can do this? Let's mad on as well. Can I get you all?
We're all in that big circle.
You all count as restrained. You can break free with a successful strength or instinct roll, which you can do on your turn. But you are currently unable to move from those spots.
Is this coming up from the floor?
The chains and the shadows and the tentacles that are wrapping around you to hold you in place, yes, they came up from a pool of blackness on the floor that just manifested. You didn't see either of these two shadowy creatures do anything to suggest they were the source of it. So, I'm going to let you guys take the spotlight back. Who wants to go?
Anybody
So
want
so
to
far,
do something before Callad
Glitch
goes
hasn't
crazy?
gone. Miss Featherington hasn't gone. And
wanna
Callad
go
hasn't
first,
actually had his
Featherington?
turn yet.
Or Callad.
I'll let the people being sane go first.
Okay.
I mean, are these things solid enough to actually hit?
In a way, that's what the strength or instinct roll is, to try and slip free of them.
One from Sparkly, which should make it easier.
You just
no,
can't
If
move.
you want to
can't-
hit
and
something,
sparkly.
sure.
I'm going to shoot it. I'm just wondering. I'm asking the others, if I shoot it, is the bullet going to actually connect, or is it just going to go straight through? Because
Are you
Interesting.
talking about the
We'll find out.
Are you talking about the whistlers or the things or the tentacles?
I don't have anything to do with the tentacles at the moment. They're not a problem for me.
It was
So the
tangible
Whistler said-
enough for the dog to give it a push.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to shoot the sparkly one.
When you say shoot, what are you shooting with?
One pistol.
So you're just going to use your revolver pistol.
Yep, we're going to use Blighted Strike on it.
You try and use Blighted Strike, nothing happens.
I get it! I'll do it next time!
Do you want to reconsider and use the more mundane shooty?
There will be much swearing as she loads a mundane bullet into it.
Alright. What's your target?
The one at the bottom. The glowy sparkly one.
This one is the glowy sparkly one up yonder way.
Oh, is it that one? I thought it was that one because it had a purple thing. Glowy sparkly one
No.
at the top.
This one has got bands of darkness wrapped around it, almost like a shield. This one has got
Well.
sparkles letting you know exactly where it is, making it an advantage to hit it.
Excellent. Well, since we can't use the goddamn other thing, I guess we'll just use this one. Mutter. Mutter. Yes, we can't use that.
So remember to
either.
knock down one of your bullets.
I did. We now have 4.
Excellent. Ba-bam! That, unfortunately, was a right old miss. Which is not surprising, considering you're being restrained by things.
Much more swearing is involved.
Okay.
Possibly enough swearing that you've never heard Commander Glitch's map before.
Alright, so that was a revolver attack with hope. You didn't hit, but you still get the hope.
Mm-hmm.
So, because you haven't spent an action trying to get free, you are still very much locked there. I am going to spend a fear in order to interject myself once again.
You might as well.
Let me see. This one. Okay. This one comes out of the darkness. That Peter
It's
had not
vulnerable,
long sent him
remember?
on. What was that, sorry?
It should be. Oh, you got the symbol for vulnerable on, don't you?
Yep.
On that one. Cool.
In which case, we're going to do a... This is fun to listen to. Thank you. It's about to get a lot more fun. For me! Because this Oblivion Whistler chooses Peter to listen to the horrible whistling. So we need Peter to roll instinct reaction, please. As that horrible, unbearable whistling comes straight in at Peter's ear this time.
Oh, for the love of toast.
That means, unfortunately, you fail. So it's starting to get to you, too. Be right back. Gotta go to the... Okay. That means that Peter is now afraid of the Oblivion Whistler and is going to suffer disadvantage on any attempt to hit it.
Well, balance out the advantage then.
Sure. We do love chaos. Glad to hear it.
So it'd be Featherington or Callad.
He hasn't finished
Featherington's already
attacking
gone for
yet.
it.
That is a hit.
Yes.
That was not terribly much.
Yeah, but it's going to be the last thing it does.
However, it also, because it is horrifying, deals stress, which I've just done.
And I take 2 to backhand it into Oblivion.
Revenge, mark stress. Okay, cool.
As it claws back, just swing back, smashing it for 1.
No, that's
Well,
fair. Bob-omb. Defeated now. Very good. Very good.
Does that mean I'm still afraid of it? Or am I afraid of the others as well?
Afraid of Oblivion Whistlers in general, I'm afraid, yes. It's a fear effect.
Okay.
But Miss Featherington has asked for the spotlight and gets it. You are afraid. Which means you are going to suffer disadvantage on attacks or rolls against the Oblivion Whistlers.
Has Callad actually attacked yet? Or
Callad
no,
has
you
not.
just looked
Nope,
like-
I'm going behind. I'm going after you.
Okay,
If
that's
you-
fine. I'll
Assuming
only
you
attack-
roll well.
Oh, I'll only attack one then. I won't attack them both.
I'll take them both. It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, Callad's still got do his move, even if there's nothing there. He might be going a bit nuts. Fine.
Manipulate magic. Okay. In order to attack more than one target, no doubt. Good. Miss Featherington calling upon her magic. And we get a 15 with hope for Unleash Chaos. Nice. 2 successful hits. You only rolled the 1 again.
It won't let me. It won't let me do another one.
Let me try this.
Oh, no, I didn't spend 2. I didn't spend any points. I only used 1.
Just use 1. Okay.
Yeah.
So they both take 5. Okay. Well, that is a good point because... Let's see. 2. No, that is fair because they are both at a point where it doesn't really... They don't need to take all that much damage, do they? So let's go with... Boom. Okay. Shadowy creatures have been defeated. But there's still the issue of where that magic was coming from. Where those shadowy tendrils emerged from. What suddenly... so, yes, there's definitely magic in the area. Within close range? What's close range for you? How far are you?
We still counted as being in combat.
Technically, yes, because there's still something to go. And you're all, I hasten to note, still restrained. So, as a result, I'm going to take the spotlight again. And this time... Oh, yeah. Let's see. Ba-dumph. That is a 13 against Peter. As a beam of strange purplish light seems to strike Peter from outside the dome of light that you have from your torches.
Okay. I've not seen anything come across, so
Yeah,
for
it's
me to
just
take
rolling
damage
now.
or- Yeah, you're doing it all quietly.
As soon as it hits, even though you can take some on your armor, you do feel like it took something from you. Yep. So this can come back now. Khalad is doing what? Oh, just looking at. Khalad takes the spotlight. Half a pound of cursed rice, half a pound of treacle. That's the way the horrors go. Pop goes the evil. I like it.
He had to repeat it because no one saw the
No, I
first time.
posted a different verse. Khalad's going to try and break himself free.
That you can either spend a hope or make a instinct or strength roll.
Right. I will spend hope.
Okay, spend the hope.
And
And I will dismiss
you can.
the...
And then,
straight. No, go away.
out of, at this point, probably sheer madness, is going to jump down to about there and stab the ground with an electric sword because something's coming out the ground.
Okay, sure.
So,
I would
don't know
like
if it's
you...
going to do anything.
Give me a knowledge roll. Give me a knowledge check. Rather than an
Please say
actual
this.
physical attack. Cool, take the hope. Right, a magic spell was cast, and this is simply its area of effect. You didn't see any of the whistling shadow creatures do anything except whistle and come out from the shadows to attack. So, it's entirely probable that someone or something else is here. You just can't see them at the moment because they're outside of your ability to see beyond your own torchlight. Not your own personal, but the group's torchlight.
Okay, alright.
Tapestry wishes the spotlight. Does Khalad have anything else he wants to do?
No, that's about it for me at the moment.
Tapestry, you are restrained.
Does that mean I
Glow?
can't do anything, or just means I can't move?
No, you can't move from this spot.
Yeah. And let's see if something's just beyond the thing. Let's see if we can extend global light
Unless
to
you wanna break
categories.
out.
What colour would you like to be, this light?
I think at this point, just as these things are using shadows, I just want to be pure white light.
Let's go. Okay. Turn the brightness down a smidgeroo. And let's make it... Well, you are a creature of the heavens. Let's see.
Oh.
So, unfortunately, due to the effects of the moon, you don't get the benefit of dim light extending, only your bright light. So you are...
Okay.
Your nimbus of light is now shining out. You certainly can't see anything within that distance, but you have added an extra light. So you've eliminated as far as this area.
Yeah.
So, pretty good.
Cool.
Anybody doing anything else? Are you doing anything else? Any kind of action?
Well, glowing would be my action, wouldn't it?
Okay.
So I assume it does take a... It just says you can emit light from your body whenever you wish. I assumed that would be an action. If it isn't, I can try and break free.
You can try and break free. I'll say you can try and break free. Absolutely.
Okay. What am I trying to roll?
You can either spend a hope, or you can roll instinct or strength.
I'll give a roll.
That is a crit, so you're out.
Yay!
Tendrils
So that
of
gives
shadow. Ha! Don't they know who you are?
Well, I fought sound with sound. I should fight
Shadow with shadow.
darkness with light. Am I right thinking the critical gives me a stress
A
and
hope
a hope?
and a stress, yes.
Cool. I'll mark those down.
Now, meanwhile, because you didn't actually make an action roll, you actually did. You did. You took an action roll. You got critical. So never mind.
Yep.
Forget me. Any of you can take the spotlight. So, who wants it?
I'll take it if you don't mind.
Alrighty, Galar
That's
gets
a good
the
point.
spotlight.
Restraining
are-
a ghost. That's quite interesting.
You
It's
are
magic.
currently snared.
Yarp.
If you want to break free, your options are spend a hope, roll strength, or roll instinct, or mark a stress in order to pass through it.
I'll go for strength. Let's see how that goes.
It is your best stat. So that is 15 with hope. I think that's enough. That is indeed enough. So, yes, you rip free.
Nice.
You should take the hope.
I'm maxed anyway.
Cool.
So I'm going to go to close and then push on and try and get to 4.
Okay, cool. So agility.
Somewhere down there. See if we fall over. Ooh, maybe.
9. More like get there.
Cool.
And if you can see someone, you can see someone. But I don't think you can see someone.
No, I don't think I'm anybody on the road.
Okay. Oodly doodly doo. That was a roll with fear. So, as a result, I am going to take that fear and take the spotlight. And... Spadoom. A beam of purple energy goes to Miss Featherington and hits. That came from over here, for those who are looking out. Just outside of Galar's nimbus of light and tapestries. So, Miss Featherington, 7 damage, 1 stress. The damage you can take on your armor, the stress you cannot. Evident, obviously.
It's not letting me take the damage.
We do that again.
There we go.
I neglected to push the button. Or I did and it didn't go. Anybody who was watching on chat, did I not press the button or did I? I don't remember. Okay, cool. Now you guys can get the spotlight back. Who wants to go? Could be anybody. Anybody's got the opportunity. I mean, Khalad is
Anybody
free.
got a clue?
But Tapestry and Gala have just
Give
had
me a
their
sec.
turns.
It came from somewhere over that way.
You did, but I think it
Where?
failed to register. Thank you. It wasn't my fault. Hooray!
I mean, I could take the lad over there if nobody else wants anything yet. But
Sure,
a lot of
Glitch
you
has
are
asked
restrained,
Glitch has asked for the spotlight, so we should give Glitch the spotlight. Glitch,
If
you wanna break free, you can
Fine.
either spend a hope, roll strength, or roll instinct. Which would you like, if you want to break free? Or you can do something else.
I would like to be able to click my token.
move off the memory measurement tool.
Yep, I was on the measurement tool.
She wants to.
Give me my options again.
Well, if you want to, you're currently restrained. If you want to break free from being restrained, you can either spend a hope, or roll strength, or roll instinct. Or if you wanted to perform another action, then it doesn't matter whether or not you're restrained. Do that.
Do we know if these things can be attacked, guys and ladies?
You haven't tried, but it doesn't seem like they can be.
So it's just a spend the hope or deal on the roll.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna slap it with a scythe since it's the only thing that works short range. I have no issues.
The scythe. So this is finesse. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go with it and see what happens.
I don't know. We might as well be experimental. and
We
it's
may
all
as
about
well.
experimenting.
It's, you know, scythe is made to cut through things. Let's see if it cuts through things.
Exactly.
You know what? I'll go with that. That is a 13 with hope. Take the hope. You are no longer restrained.
I'm going to refresh because I'm not seeing the rolls anymore.
Apparently you can just punch it. Really hard.
You have a long reaping weapon, so it makes sense. What would you like to do? You can move now if you wanted to. So,
who's still restrained near me?
Miss Featherington is closest to you and restrained.
Okay.
As is
if I go here, I'm in range for both of them, so I can come and help them.
Yes, but that's all you can do for now, I'm afraid. Anybody else want to?
We see light in this corner.
Gallows a walking light bulb.
I'm quite happy to go over there, but I don't know where I'm going.
All right.
Gallows a walking glow stick. Let them go into the corner.
Peter wants the spotlight. Is Galar doing it, or is Peter doing his thing first?
If Peter wants to, go for it. I'm just saying
Peter gets the spotlight.
Just gonna break free. There we go, now I'm actually seeing it.
Oh, there we are, that's a good one. That is 21 with hope. Take the hope, you are definitely able to rip yourself free from these tendrils of darkness. You know what, just to make it look a little bit more attractive, I'm going to take the template away because we know who is still grabbed and who is not. Spend that 3 hope to clear 2 armor slots. Okay, groovy. Do you want to move anywhere?
Can I can only do a movement action. I can't use my other action to break.
Correct. Just a move.
Alright. I'll be bait then. I'll move into the darkness and basically just here listening and sniffing, just trying to find this thing while also peering into the darkness.
That was a roll with hope that he made, so you guys still have the spotlight if you want to. Calad! Okay.
Okay, right.
Plus I'm only down to 1 fear. So, jump on a rooftop. Okay, no problem.
Right, 1 sec.
Boink.
There we go, that's where I was trying to jump to. Can I see anything new that I couldn't see before?
Give me instinct.
I'm gonna go with
instinct roll.
Probably not.
But because you have got all-seeing eyes, once per long rest, all eyes glow on your body for the duration of the scene. No adversaries can gain advantage as a result of being invisible or unseen. You can activate your unseeing eye, your all-seeing eyes.
Okay. So that means they don't get
advantage on this instinct roll. Yes.
Okay.
So all of the eyes on Calad open and glow, and you get a critical success.
I see you.
There is definitely a cloaked, hooded figure that you can just about make out in the light emitted from Galar, standing just at the edge of Galar's light. If it wasn't for your eyes now being open to take in every bit of detail that they possibly could, you would otherwise have missed it. But there's definitely somebody or something standing right there where I'm pinging currently.
Right. Okay.
Because that was a critical, you also managed to gain a hope and clear a stress.
That's actually quite useful. Right. I'd like to do one other thing before I end my go then.
Mm-hmm.
Which is... Hi! I'm over here! I'm a distraction!
Make a scene. Excellent. Okay then.
I can't
temporarily
target
distract the target, giving them -2 to their difficulty. Okay, cool.
Yep. I can't click the apply because he's not showing up on the map.
That's fine, I gotcha. So it's basically Mark 3 hope.
I've done that.
Excellent.
That's me done.
Right. Once again, that last one was a critical. And I only have 1 fear left, and I'm not all that keen to spend it, so you guys can keep right on with the spotlight. Miss Featherington is still stuck, so Miss Featherington can potentially go ahead and free themselves. If you so wish. Or somebody else can take an action.
You want me to cut you free, Feathers? So you can
I'm not
go
fussed.
do
It's up to you guys.
Well, I can just take a couple of side steps and let everybody hopefully see what we're up against
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah.
the side steps.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah,
the mobile
therefore-
glow stick you were meant to be.
I mean, in my head, I was imagining like the Grey Lantern's oath, but the end would be like Galar's light rather than Green Lantern's light.
Old nemesis, Mr.
Ah,
M.
so-
Figure. I should have known.
From their
Think of it as
body
mysterious
language,
F.
it's definitely a bipedal humanoid wearing a cloak and hood. So when Galar comes over, there's a bodily jerk of hell, shock.
I'm going
And
to
alarm.
pray to up that to 13 if it makes any difference.
Okay, that is a 13. How is it 13?
Spending a prayer dice of 2.
Spending a prayer dice of 2. A 13. Lovely. Is that enough? That is a success. Roll damage.
Huzzah.
Nice work.
Is there any chance you can remove the wall, Matt? Because if it's only a small wall.
Wall? Which wall? What are we talking about, wall?
This wall here, I think.
This wall.
Oh, this wall.
Yeah, there's
Why?
a wall. Yeah.
Why would I remove
Because-
the wall?
Because there's a
Well,
big
you
old
thought you-
shadow being cast
Yeah.
that way.
Effectively, Galar's light is not penetrating round, so anyone up here can't see it, but it's only a small wall.
Oh! Yeah. Well, when you mean anybody, it's actually just you. But yeah, sure, I'll do that. I'll do that. No problem.
It's Gillette as well. We believe in him.
Yeah,
He's
I
got a
can
great
see it
function.
now.
Cool.
Why
So,
don't you go
you
over there
roll
and blow up
damage.
the wall? It works wonders.
Are you
Yes.
saying
Hit
if I had
with a bolt of light. That
This
was
is a wooden
a
palisade wall.
13 with hope. So if you haven't already, take the hope. But
I spent it up with the extra dice.
Okay,
I
cool.
was going to put forward to try and grab and restrain and get answers, but I'm guessing
Miss
He's about to be
Featherington
exploded.
has requested the spotlight and therefore gets it.
kaboom.
Yeah, I'm just working how much kaboom.
So we want answers, doesn't matter. Just explode.
See,
You didn't
I'd
say
put,
you wanted answers.
I'd put my bet that it's that annoying acolyte who botched the candle thing, and is now
I mean-
botching this trap in Underset us.
It's fine, we're going to
Botching,
the circus,
so.
we can get peanuts and answers there.
Well, once we kill it, we're going to clean the botched thing, and
Right, okay.
who's going to contradict us? Mr. McDedson.
14 with hope is a hit. Once per long rest, you can put a domain card from your loadout into and choose to either gain hope or enhance a spell that deals damage. I'm guessing it's the latter.
Mm-hmm.
So, gain a bonus to your damage roll equal to twice the level of the card, so that's essentially a bonus of 2. Ooh. What's it going
Oh, do we have Bardic Rally die?
You got a Bardic Rally
Yes.
die as well, yeah.
If you
Ah,
want to use it now.
Would be a shame not to use it. Okay, so that's the final score of the damage.
mm-hmm.
Excellent. Alright, that is quite significant. Kaboom! Unleash chaos. In which case, yes, so I do have to ask, was there any attempt at taking this person, whoever they are, alive?
Nope.
Nope, so squash, flat, squish.
I think just turn it inside out.
Turn them inside out.
Spaghetti.
So we can't even identify
No.
the bodies.
No, we need to see his face to see if my incredibly vague and random theory happened to be right.
Just turn him into a giant version of his face.
A big bobblehead.
Well, you know what? Just being like that, I'm just going to remove his skin.
Oh, even better.
Okay. Is that your final word?
Yeah. Let's just make it so that the magic splits the skin off of the flesh. He hit Feathers. Feathers is not happy.
Turncoat Thief says, turn him inside out. Are you the good guys or the bad? Well, I don't think we've quite figured it out yet.
Your sister's watching.
Yes, yeah, my sister's now watching. Oh god.
Hi.
Well,
So,
at least you can say 50% of the people are potentially on the wrong side of neutral.
No, we're not on the wrong side. We're just what was it? What was it? What's the phrase?
Morally
Morally
ambiguous.
ambiguous.
Party.
We've just got amnesia. We don't know who we are.
Yeah.
good, bads,
We don't
we're
know
the
if we're
ones
good or
with the
bad.
gun. Well, true.
I had to.
I'm the one with the gun. In fact, I've got all the guns, but that's beside the point.
True enough, true enough. So, this hooded creature essentially has their skin ripped away from them, so they just stand there for a moment, just this person with bulbous eyes because there's no eyelids anymore, rictus grin because there's no lips anymore, just standing there with their flesh, skinless flesh, pulsing for a moment before it all just falls apart, and they just land in a fleshy heap on the floor. There's also a pair of glasses that tinkles to the floor as well.
Do they look like was the acolyte wearing glasses?
Yes,
turns
but
out, yes.
lots of people wear glasses.
But lots of people
Do
wear
these-
glasses.
Do these
name
look
tags
like
doesn't
the
go.
glasses of the acolyte I was tailing?
As it happens,
Other people could wear the same type of glass. There wouldn't be many people making them in this day and age.
there is something else though that's attracting your attention. It's very odd. You can see the skull, the head is still, it's not attached to much anymore because all the organs just kind of fell out, leaving just the quivering skeleton, which then just collapsed in on itself. So let me change the ambience here a minute. As some of you are gathering around to get a look. So yes, the spectacles are the only thing that could possibly point to the probably was the acolyte, but there's something on the bone of the skull. It's difficult to tell at first, but now that you're looking at this, these lidless eyes that are still just staring up at you, and the skull just kind of plopped there. There's enough flesh missing from the face that you can see that there are what looks like etchings in the bone of the skull. You can't see enough of them to be able to tell for sure what they are. But you also see that there's some kind of shape or rune or letter or something has been carved into the voice box, essentially. And as you try and get a closer look, it flares to momentary brilliance, almost like a fire was lit within it. And as it does, the entire flesh begins to quiver. Not only does it quiver, it begins to move and writhe as before your very eyes, the flesh that is all that technically remains since the skin was removed of whoever this was begins to transform into a load of fleshy, wriggling worms and such, and they all start to peel away and slither off into different directions. And everyone who witnessed that, Peter, Galar, Tapestry, Khalad, I want you all to save against short-term madness. Too late, Feathers. It was all the way over there. You were there. You can't retroactively go, ooh, madness!
Sad bit.
I won!
Ooh, I want it. Ooh.
So is that meant to be?
I
a
know you're
reaction roll or
collecting
normal roll?
madness, but it was just those guys who were close by.
Reaction.
Does
Oh, I
the
didn't
audience
click the
get a
reaction
save?
bit.
Yes! Audience, roll me 2d12s. And add the results.
Wait, can they actually do that in the chat?
No, but I'm working on that.
Oh, that's bad.
They passed.
Hang on,
They passed.
I'll roll 2d12s for them.
It depends. They might have
Luckily-
passed. We don't know yet.
Luckily, you will pass.
Okay.
If you failed in the audience,
I'm
look
rolling
at
it
your
anyway.
own madness. From
You
the
rolled a
table to
17, you passed.
Basically,
There you go. There's the audience
Peter will just-
number.
Peter will just stamp on the worms and then specifically on that rune, just crunch, grind it under his boot.
But I was gonna. Oh.
Oh, what,
Nothing
you're gonna collect it?
useful can be taken from something as dark as that.
Actually, I beg to differ, says Tapestry as he changes his appearance to the acolyte and dons the glasses.
Actually,
I think you'll find that there is something to loot from my
Are you
doppelganger's
looking
corpse.
to frame the church? Because these are only a pair of glasses.
No,
Spectacles, sorry.
As it happens-
he's not using his identity. I may as well.
Tapestry transforms into a replica of the acolyte. Pink hair and spectacles.
We have no proof that this was he.
Think
you know, you stomped on it.
So you saying it's a different person with exactly the same glasses that had the similar body
How
movement
many
that I
people do
trailed
you
and
think makes these in this?
let me finish. That I trailed and witnessed using dark magic in the way that this does.
Good points.
Yeah, I notice you don't have a counter for that bit, do you?
Andy's right there confessing.
We need
Peter, you
popcorn
just
for
got
this.
It is more the proof. Glasses is not proof.
He's
No,
right.
glasses. Glasses
It
are
might
what.
have been, but you stomped on it.
Could you identify him from that mark?
Well, no, I can identify him from the glasses, the body language, and the whole dark magic thing aimed at us.
So,
It's
yeah.
More... Alright. We need something physical more than glasses.
Oh,
We
is this?
did.
Is this?
To
Are you
convince
talking about for
anyone else.
proof, or are you talking about to defend ourselves from the person who sent us to this trap?
As proof, if you wish to take him down for everyone, rather than looking like we can't just attack that part of the church in open unless we have something proving corruption.
We don't know this was a trap yet.
Halad, now that all those worms that used to be the flesh and organs of this person have slithered away, leaving just the bloody skeleton behind, there's something curious that you've now just noticed. There appears to be a note on the floor, in the midst of all these bones.
Don't stomp on it.
Have a look before Peter stomps on everything.
Oh no, it is only the rune he was focusing on. The thing that was actually pulsing
It
out the dark energy.
says-
You'll leave the rest of it.
Abbot Ship Brewery.
Oh no.
And as it turns
What
out,
is wrong?
there are directions. It's not far from here.
Blood to boil to Abbot ship.
This distillery where they are
English?
making the potion, the elixir.
The distillery / brewery that
Yes,
the
they set the girl.
patients were muttering,
The
well,
blood to
having a
water
fever
Abbot ship.
delusion, having a delusional fever.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And
We're
that,
here, though.
folks, is where we will leave it, because it seems the group has somewhere to go now. Unless there are any questions or concerns or comments that need to be
Glitch,
raised.
did you want to have a look inside the last bit, hoping, before we wander off?
Yeah, we can do that next time.
Cool.
I'd say move on to where we can get proof of this before anything rash happens.
I
Do
like
you
the
know
thing.
if there's any proof in the building? No,
Can I-
because you haven't
can I-
been in the
Can I
building.
just say,
Don't
I
tell me
like the
proof
idea
out here.
that Pieter sees Tapestry once again shape change into someone and assumes that whereas
Yeah.
every other time Tapestry has done this, it's because of his weird identity thing. He assumes that this time it means that Tapestry is about to wage a one-man war on the church.
It was more the implication that it was like, we can't just go ahead with this. This proof is like, that's not gonna go well.
Bear in mind, Tapestry's not told you he's collected evidence against the church or anything like that. He's literally just stolen this guy's identity because they're not using it anymore.
I mean,
It was just the implication that he were his glasses, that was it. It was the whole of, we need more than that. It was more the, he was trying to get across rather
Yeah,
than...
you're going about judicial proof. Tapestry's the one that's been sort of like playing this guy, and he's not taking this to a court of law.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I also love it that the only evidence that we had for otherwise is Peter destroyed. So Peter's like obviously an agent of the church.
No, we had no clue, no idea that he had it on his person in the first place.
Yeah, but we had
If-
no idea
if
what the
the
marking
person-
was before we got a chance to copy it down or anything. You crushed it.
I'll give you
So you destroyed evidence that could have helped us or pointed us towards the church or away from the church. So you are definitely a church sleeper agent.
And with that ambiguous proof,
I mean, if
I'm going to
Nobody
call it
Nobody
there, I'm
suspects
afraid.
a Peter Inquisition.
well, Callum's got
Save
ink
it for
and
next
paper,
time,
he
I'm
can try
afraid, lads and lasses.
Sketch it down.
Right, well, thank you everyone who did pop in to say hello, because there were a couple of you, so thanks very much for at least darting in and see what we were up to. For those of you who are watching this on YouTube later, if you are, thanks very much for doing so. Hey. But for now, yes, we have questions. Will we have answers? We will have to wait for next week, I am afraid. But yes, we are closing in at the end of Chapter 1 of Lost Luyarnha, so we'll see what happens next. Until then, thank you to my players, as usual, for being great, and well, essentially for yelling over each other as to who was in the right and who was in the wrong. I love it.
Sorry.
It's don't be
Standard
sorry.
proof of
Keep on doing it.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. I would say sorry, but I'm right.
And on that
bombshell.
note, I would like to say thank you very much to my guys as usual. Thank you everyone who came in. Thanks to MonkeyDM for making Steinhardt's Guide to the Eldritch Hunt in the first place, and of course to the guys at Darrington Press for making Daggerheart in the first place. There could be more. I'm not going to flood you with more shout-outs, so we'll just get on to we'll see you next time, and good night out there, whatever you are.